we finally gonna go into this. And I'm not gonna say I have a different opinion than most people, because most people who talk about this, let me say this: Dana White, details of Dana White's very private wife slap remain sealed under Mexico's privacy laws. As you know, Dana White, the guy who runs the UFC, has a partnership with ESPN and other networks. They're not covering it that much. They're kind of keeping everything private, allowing this to be handled amongst them two.
Privacy.
Exactly. Which I wish they would do more often. Now, most people who talk about this immediately go to the obvious. If he was a black dude, they'll make him step down, which is true. We know
what
this.
you want to say.
But we know this. The point I'm making is, should we ask for him to be stepped down, or should we ask for other people who have situations like this to also allow it to be dealt with privately?
I think it should be dealt privately.
Instead of, as a black man, in particular, because that's what everybody's comparing him to, a black man. As a black man, instead of trying to bring people down to be treated like you, how about you ask for yourself to be treated with more respect like everyone else? Stop asking for everybody else to be disrespected like you are.
Exactly.
Ask for the respect that everybody else gets.
We don't know what goes on in people's private lives. We don't know what happened before the tape start rolling.
We do know. Condoning. We do know that they were arguing, and she did hit him first.
Exactly.
But the point I'm making is, like you said, we don't know what goes on in their relationship at home for the last. I think they've been together for 20-something years. He said
that may be role play for them, and we don't know.
Now, I'm not saying I agree with the dude that's beating on his wife and stuff, but
and I'm not saying I agree with a woman just beating the shit out of her husband either.
I agree, but instead of people looking at this and wanting somebody to be punished, let them deal with it.
So yeah, ask for privacy
and respect. And black men, stop asking for people to be disrespected like you are. How about asking for them to respect you like everyone else? Any details the public will get on Dana White's recent nightclub incident in Cabo, in which the UFC president was caught on video slapping his wife in retaliation for being struck during a heated argument, will have to come from White himself. That's because Mexico's privacy laws prohibit law enforcement from discussing the very private matter, and police investigations refuse to confirm or deny if a complaint had been filed, according to a new report from Sarah whatever. Now, also keep in mind, I think her parents or one of their parents came out and said that he is abusive and all this other stuff. Now, this is when you know, either somebody's about to be taken down or people just looking for headlines. One of the two.
Well, that parent ain't gonna be invited to the get free tickets.
I think it might have been his family member. I know it's a family. I'm not gonna say parent. Say family member came out.
That family is exiled.
Now let me show the clip of him Dana White himself discussing what happened, and basically saying what you expect somebody to say in a situation. Like, what do you want? You want me to, step down myself
like a
white dude. I mean, I would too. If you're in a situation where people ain't gonna do nothing to you, most people aren't going to be honorable in those situations. And like I said, we don't know the norm in their relationship. So
the norm in their relationship may be putting hands on one another.
All right, so let me show this.
We've had plenty of discussions internally with Ari, ESPN. Nobody's happy. Nobody's happy about this, Neither am I. But it happened. And I have to deal with it. And what is my punishment? Here's my punishment. I got to walk around for however long I live. Is it 10.4 years or is it another 25 years? And I gotta. This is how I'm labeled now. My other punishment is that, I'm sure a lot of people, whether it be media, fighters, friends, acquaintances who had respect for me, might not have respect for me now. I mean, there's a lot of things that I'm going to have to deal with for the rest of my life that are way more of a punishment than what? I take a 30-day, 60-day absence? That's not a punishment to me. The punishment is that I did it, and now I have to deal with it.
So that's his way of saying the punishment is already active. My status is down. People don't look at me the same level of reverence and respect, possibly. So that's my punishment. Another thing that came from this, obviously, Stephen A. Smith and ESPN, allegedly somebody came out and said that ESPN put a muzzle on this story and told people no one speak about this in any detailed level. Leave this alone. So Stephen A. Smith, Mr.
No having hairline ass.
People were calling him out saying, oh, but y'all had all this to say about this person and that person. Obviously the black athletes that they constantly went after, like Cam Newton, when he made the comment about being surprised that a female reporter knew so much about football. and Molly Quorum. She went on and said how misogynistic that was, and obviously Deshaun Watson situation. They made sure to cover it every single day. But this, hell, they even covering Odell Beckham Jr. right now because he was sleeping on a plane and got put off. But you won't talk about the Dana White situation. That's what people are saying.
Why would people talk? He got put off the plane because what?
I don't know. Apparently, he was asked to get off the plane. He didn't. He had his hoodie on, and they were just like, I don't know. I didn't bother. It's whatever. But I'm gonna show what Stephen A. Smith had to say. Oh, before I do that, let me. Wow.
Stephen Ass Smith, no having hairline ass tether. That's what he
and
is.
I'll legitimately adopted reject era baby that is Travis 89 don't count. Oh shit. Oh Lord, I have a daughter that's 30. Okay. Thanks for doing this love back to you. Gerard Carmichael was repping the symbols and colors in the photos I saw. I already know what Gerard Carmichael is. Like I said, when you see somebody pop up and get a TV show unknown, they just get a TV show. And then it's on TV and then it's not on TV when they don't like them no more. And then I'm gay or I'm this, I'm that. And then they pop
blow
back up.
Because that's what you gotta be nowadays. In order, it's not even nowadays. It's always been like that. Joker tell you.
Back then, I feel like they didn't.
It was secret.
They didn't make you do it publicly, make it obvious. Like,
Now,
have y'all seen what P. Diddy? Look,
that's Buddy Love.
Buddy Love. He's pretty much telling the world what he is.
Buddy Love. His preference seems like it's black men, and he loved taking them shopping. So if Buddy Love approach you about shopping, don't go.
Yeah, Freemasons. Yeah, I agree with Travis. I think the public's boon duped about who a woman and who is a man in Hollywood. Look, I stopped doing that whole that's a man, that's a woman thing, because you'll go down a rabbit hole where you start to not know what's what. Because everybody that come in, there's gonna be moments, there's gonna be a picture, there's gonna be a situation, there's gonna be some story where you're gonna be like, is that a
what?
Talking about she's talking about the whole who's a man, who's a woman in Hollywood. Everybody. It's a rabbit hole. You'll be questioning everybody. I mean, Travis here got a theory that Eminem is a woman.
Eminem is a damn woman.
So it's like you just never know. Did y'all check out the documentary on
Haley?
Yes, we watched it.
Haley didn't come through a seed. Haley came through his eggs.
Yeah, we watched it. What's it called? Die Suddenly. Yeah, we watched it. The fact that
the most interesting thing in the documentary,
the blood clots,
and the
white phosphorus.
Right, yeah.
The fact that that's happening, and they said that most people aren't getting autopsies. They're just dying and throwing them into the ground, pretty much.
Letting you know they don't want
they don't want to get this information out there.
But it was a good documentary.
Good. How you doing, Kiefer?
Hi, Kiefer.
I think you're talking about the Die Suddenly. Yeah, they was playing parody slap my up in the background.
They was playing Prodigy slap my B up in the background. He talking about that group, ain't he? That rap group.
I don't know. Trailer ain't for the faint of heart. In the documentary, they were pulling stuff out of people's hearts. Yeah, they was out of their necks. I mean, not their throat, but their what they call
their
it?
vein.
Yeah, it was the arteries clogged up. It was crazy.
What? Dana
White is white. Exactly. Stephen A. Smith is a descent of Travis in the poop broken.
He's a descent from you. You older than Stephen A. Smith.
Nah, he not. Stephen A. is
Stephen A. in his 50s. George in his 70s.
They have Chris Brown and Ray Rice in the business and tried to end their careers, but Dana got the complexion for the protection. The Ray Rice situation, I remember who was that? There was a reporter that came on television and said Ray Rice needs to apologize to all women. And it was like, shouldn't he have to apologize to his wife and her family?
I guess he been whooping women's ass. He whooped every woman on the planet's ass, so he got to apologize to them.
Yeah, that was a weird moment. She was like, he owes us an apology. It was like, okay. That's when Stephen A. Smith got suspended for saying you shouldn't put yourself in a situation where you get hit. And they suspended his ass for a week. P. Diddy is Buddy Love. That is golden.
No, that's what he calls himself.
Yeah, that's his name,
he changed
Buddy
his
Love.
name from Diddy to
First, he was Puff Daddy. So, let's listen to the names. Let's listen to the names this man had. All right, you had Puff Daddy.
He's somebody daddy.
P. Diddy. P. Like, we ain't want to get into that.
What is the P in Diddy?
Then you got, obviously, real name is Sean Combs, but then you got Buddy Love.
He just love
Booty.
booty, bussy. That's what he into.
Travis coming via C's versus eggs. Now that is a rabbit hole.
George just dropped the link in the chat.
That probably slapped my YouTube video above. All right. Let me get back to this. I wanted to catch up. Hopefully the comments actually keep going this time because normally it stops
right about now.
But it's still going, so we'll see. I think it's because
that's another tranny for y'all, Molly. Look at her. I mean,
I ain't gonna lie.
Big ass hands.
When I seen Molly stand up, she has no hips. Her shoulders are wider than her hips. So
now, some people don't have hips.
Most women, their hips are.
They stand out.
Most women, their hips are wider than their shoulders. Most. I'm not gonna say there's none, but
for Molly, it's none.
His comments from yesterday.
First order of business about his comments from yesterday. What I didn't like about what Dana White did was how he was speaking about, okay, what would you have happen? What do you want me to do? I don't think that was the thing to say. That's number one. But number two, I want to get into this because this is First Take and we don't run from issues and we ain't about to start now. And people who have implied that somehow, some way we run from issues or we soft soak stuff, I don't think they know what the hell they're talking about. So let me say, I'm speaking for myself. I'm not going to speak for you on that, Molly. I'm going to speak for myself. I've already stated for the record. Number one, I spoke to Dana White. Dana White knows exactly where I stand. He was wrong. You do not put your hands on a woman, period.
Okay, I agree. But please, Stephen A., make sure you tell the world as well that his wife, you need to tell her not to put her hands on her husband. You have to do that.
And you do run from stuff. You running from the fact that you ain't got no hairline.
His hairline is running.
I think the Most High, that he made us Black Americans. We got so much damn hair on our forehead. When we born, they have to shave it off for us. We got damn widow's peaks. Thank you.
Okay. I also said that Dana White deserves the same punishment he would hand down to one of his fighters.
Can I just say really quickly what I said after you said that?
Yes.
I said he deserves a stricter punishment than that because the role he plays, and it's a leadership role.
Right.
But people seem to forget that.
Yeah, they forgot that. They just conveniently forgot that. And the reason that I said that he deserves what he would hand down to other players, other fighters under his stewardship, is because somebody would get suspended for 6 months. Somebody would get suspended for a year. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, am I an advocate of cancel culture where you want him to lose his job? No. And I'm not apologizing for that.
Wasn't he an advocate for cancel culture for Kyrie Irving?
He did say that. Listen, he told everybody.
Wow.
That was when Kyrie first went to the Nets or something happened. He said the league, Kyrie Irving should retire.
What does it say about Dana White as an individual that he can't even compose himself in public?
Yeah, in public. Let's say this. Even if that was just a reaction thing, like you in the heat of the moment, she mushes you and you just swing back.
No, that seemed like that didn't happen several times.
I know, but let's say that was a reaction thing. You would think in public, you would be cognizant of your image and be like, I can't do this.
I'll hit her ass later.
Control yourself. Now, I'm not saying hit her later.
You look at it like, you're going to get these hands later. Like Ike would do Tina. I get you later.
Or how Tina would do Ike.
Either way you want to say it.
But we're gonna finally open that other door about Tina.
I ain't gonna let you disrespect Tina.
Ain't no disrespect.
We don't need another hero, dude. Tina said we don't need another hero.
Look, man, all I'm saying is, Brandon told your Travis a baby still on 90 Similac.
I ain't no damn 90 Similac. I was born in the 80s.
They ran from the Brett Favre. They
sure did.
Brandon, they still ain't talked about it.
Dude won't let that shit go about Brett Favre.
Every time a new part of that story come up, I'm going to talk about it.
Let's talk about Brett Favre. Like, damn, nigga, they ain't going to charge me.
No, it's about the fact that...
I know what it's about the fact of, dude.
In particular, ESPN. He is a former football player. Let Brett Favre have been a black athlete who got into a domestic dispute, a part of some scheme that happened. They'll make sure he was on the front of every ESPN show, and Stephen A. Smith will loudly be talking about it. But the Brett Favre situation, they don't even want to touch it. Brett got that money for his daughter, and
nothing unmatches a father's love for his baby girl.
Well, I asked that question in the show. How far will the father go?
Yeah, you talking about Mr. I won't say his name.
Deion Sanders too.
Yeah,
what would a father do for his son? The same thing. What would a father do for his daughter? You know, to help put him in a better position.
George, I'm not telling you what year I was born in. Just know that it's in the 80s.
Oh Lord. Hold on, what's this? All right. And it seems like we might have finally got seen something good out of that situation with Dwayne Wade. We'll talk about that next. Hold on. Stephen A. Smith calls out Texans for treatment of black coaches. I'm only bringing this up to say, not every time a coach gets fired is it racial.
Oh, hell, who busting?
That sounds like fireworks.
Sorry, that was fireworks.
No, I'm gonna leave it alone. But not every time a coach is fired is that what it is.
I'm still ducking. I'm hoping nothing come through
there. I believe that he was only there for a year. But Stephen A. Smith like to use these type of moments to try to act like
he's just pro-black.
He carried his pro-black tour, so I bring up black issues.
He don't give a damn. He told you what he's about.
He said he about his money.
He about making the.
He said he wake up every day figure out how he can make his boss more money.
So he about pleasing the master.
That was a crazy.
You remember that scene in The Last Dragon when Show Enough kept saying, "Who's the master?" He wouldn't have had to do all that shit with Stephen A. Smith.
He would have said it once. You are. No, actually, he wouldn't because he's black. He was said not you
because of Show Enough.
All right, another story that just.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
We're gonna talk about it. Let's really talk about it then. Hold on. 1999, you not legit.
Too legit.
That's why you don't support.
I'm too legit to quit.
You're not old enough to respect it.